Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ladies and gentlemen, very good morning to all of you. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for asking some feedback from the Advisory Committee of Traditional Sports and Games of UNESCO. As far as the games are concerned, about the traditional sports and games, all of you knows this very fact that recently the interest is being built around the world. There could be, you can find out, there could be several organizations which are promoting or which are involved in promoting these traditional sports and games around the world. Obviously, the WEC, under the leadership of Mr. Bilal Urdagan, is contributing a lot. We definitely acknowledge that. And as you have seen, even in the presentation of the Vice President of the WEC, that they have been doing some great activities, not only in sports, but by organizing the forums and by organizing the bilateral meeting, such as the collective consultation with the UNESCO. So these are the forums where definitely people gets little educations and they get the awareness. As far as the games part is concerned, yes, we are mandated. We have a fully legally background because as our director of UNESCO, Ms. Angela Melo, explained in her opening speech today, there is a complete background from the minutes, from the General Conference, from the CIGIP and from other sources, how UNESCO is going to intervene and how UNESCO is going to conduct the games for futures. And definitely UNESCO itself, because UNESCO is based on different sections. They are working, the Secretariat is working into different sections. They are working with the science, they are working with the physical education, they are working with other parts of the projects. But as traditional sports and games has been taken over by the UNESCO, so they have gathered the experts, they have gathered the concerned people for this purpose to take care of this project. So this ad hoc advisory committee, which is being given this mandate and given this task, has been working since 2017, as Ms. Melo introduced into her speech. It is not basically from 2017. We have been working this project from 2005 onward. So it's a long history, and there is a complete documentations for all those kind of things, where we have backing from the CIGIP's working groups and ministerial conferences. We have all the endorsement for this kind of stuff. But coming back to the relevant point which our speakers just asked for, yes, the ad hoc advisory committee is completely ready. They have prepared all the relevant documents to host the first ever World Traditional Sports and Games under UNESCO. Because it is going to be a brand, UNESCO is going to be a brand, UNESCO TSG is going to be a brand for the future. And there are several member states who have already wished and approached us to host this kind of games. However, as Mr. Rahat just mentioned, that last year a high-level delegation came to Kazakhstan and entered into an official agreement with the Ministry of Sports, countersigned by the National Ethno Sports Association as well. There are more and more possibilities to host the activities. Accordingly, the Minister of Sports approached us through the permanent delegate, which is the ambassador in Paris. They wrote us official letter by seeking the first ever UNESCO Traditional Sports and Games to be held in 2021 in Astana. And then followed by, we published the bid document on the UNESCO website, which is still available. You can go on the UNESCO site and you can see that there is a bid document, officially bid document we published over there online, which documents was got attention of the member states, and many approached to have the first ever traditional sports and games. However, since as myself and because I really like our brother Mr. Tole Khan, and I promised him that this would be a great honor for us as well as for Kazakhstan if you are going to host the first ever traditional sports and games under UNESCO umbrella. And this is going to be history, because whosoever country will host the first ever game, because it is going to be the permanent brand now, I tell you. This is going to be the world level, this is going to be the continental level, and then the regional level, and it will go to the national too. Because all this paid work, all the documentations have already been prepared and agreed on. So Kazakhstan shown their interest, and during the collective consultation, when their bid came up, the other countries, they withdrawn their bid. So finally Kazakhstan was successfully declared as the candidate to host the first ever traditional sport, UNESCO Traditional Sports and Games in 2021. It was officially declared, it is part of the official report, and it was officially announced by the ambassador of Kazakhstan during the Asia Pacific Ambassador Conference in UNESCO headquarters. And all the participants, all the ambassadors, they extended their congratulations to Kazakhstan to be the first ever country to host the traditional sports and games. So these are the backgrounds, and we really wish you a good luck because so far we are waiting the organizers to approach and to bring up their program. How, because they are under obligations to, as Ms. Milo just mentioned, that they need to sign the host city agreement, then the government has to, because just need to understand one thing. The UNESCO being a UN agency, they have to deal with the government directly. Definitely it could be involvement of the NGOs, it could be involvement of the private sector, but we have to deal directly with the government. So the Ministry of Sports, through the culture or ministry, whosoever is in charge, they have to, through the definitely degree of the president of this country, they have to enter into an official agreement, host city contract, as well as the other obligations which have to be fulfilled by the host country, by making the organizing committee and other things, presentations. So this is what we are waiting for because it's almost 8 months. So we are just waiting because the interest as far as the member states, it has been through our notification and through our newsletters, which is being circulated to all our member states and other stakeholders. This has been announced way back, and it is being regularly announced from the UNESCO perspective. So every country, every member states, they know and they are waiting the details of the first World Traditional Sports and Games to be held in Kazakhstan. However, as I just mentioned that we are still waiting for the formalities, for the documentations from the organizers, and we are here, and even our director, Ms. Angela Milo, she is also here, just to have some feedback from the organizers to be, to be proceeded with this regard. So we are here and we can assist you, whatever you have any query, if you have any questions regarding that, maybe Mr. Tole Khan and the other organizers, if they have a time, they can sit together with us and we can detail all these documentations and discussions. And even otherwise, we are here and we can answer any queries from any participant of this forum. But one thing is that this is a great forum because, as I earlier mentioned, that our very young leadership from Turkey with Mr. Bilal Erdogan, I found him really energetic and devoted. He is keen to promote the traditional sports and games around the world. Obviously, under the forum of the WEC, because he is the president of the WEC. So, these all organizations, they are working in the same direction, but definitely having with the different titles. But all of us have the same goal. So, it's the time, maybe we should unite our forces and we should work in the same direction so that the traditional sports and games should get their due place in the world. Thank you very much for the listening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure it is not the big speech. Thank you.
Thank you very much.